Porsche's 981 GTS is a heck of a car, but if you fancy an under-the-radar, somewhat overlooked driving experience, I suggest considering the 718 T, because this thing can hustle. Welcome to Project 9 and welcome back to the channel. So I am here today with friend of the channel, Steve, who's brought his 718 T for a little drive, and we're going to discover what the T is all about. That's the 982 generation, so the younger sibling of my 981. Mine's a GTS, mine's got a naturally aspirated flat 6 with a manual gearbox. Steve's 2.0 2-litre flat 4 turbocharged with a few little extra tricks up its sleeve. And being the T, it's a little bit pared back, it's got all the driver aids. Should be quite a driver's car. Want to find out more? Let's get stuck in. Right, so we have parked up and we've got two lovely Porsche Boxsters side by side. The one on the right you'll be familiar with, but we're here to talk about Steve's 718 T. It looks good in black, doesn't it, Steve?
Surprisingly,
yes.
It wasn't my preferred colour.
No.
In fact, I'd never had a black car before, but I think, as you said with your car, mine red, which is absolutely beautiful. We both got used to the colours, and now we really like them.
Yeah.
I really like it. Yeah,
I think that because the 718 has a slightly, the rear certainly has a slightly sharper look, and I think the black makes the light play. The light plays much more effectively than I was expecting on it. And of course, so with the T, now you were just showing me, we've got various bits and they're very discreet with the car in black. So we've got some specific bits that mark out the T on the exterior. Just talk me through them.
The wheels, I think they're called, I think it's platinum grey.
Right.
Was it platinum grey? Can't remember. The wing mirrors.
Oh, the caps on the wing mirrors.
The caps
right.
on the wing mirrors. The air intakes.
Yes.
Walk it from the outside. There's a
badging on the
there's
back.
Badging
yeah,
there. The exhaust tips are.
Oh yes, okay.
Supposed to be black, I think, although they're looking a little bit grey at the
Used.
moment.
And you've also got the hoops.
The roll hoops are the same colour,
yes.
and the backs of the seats are the same colour.
Yeah, okay.
There's a little transfer down here that says Boxster T.
Tells you you've got the T. And it's got a lovely discreet feel to it. A lot of the T's that I looked at, which is to say when I was doing a bit of prep for this, the press cars I think were for the UK launch were yellow, and so the decals, the stickers contrasted, everything contrasted. But this feels
exactly
a bit more discreet,
it's the same inside really.
Yes,
so
let's have a look inside.
Obviously there's the Boxster T. This bit of nonsense really, but it's
a lightweight door handle.
A little bit of drama, but
yes.
they're fun. They're good. I like them.
Yes.
The T actually came without the radio.
You're pointing. Oh, that's right. I was going to ask you that, and there's the answer.
Yeah. So that is an optional extra,
yes.
but you don't pay for it,
which is astonishing.
If you forget to tick it, you get a hole there.
Yes, and if you then want it afterwards, Porsche probably charge you several thousands of pounds for it. So
yes.
the free bit of having it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now, just remind us. So this is a 2020 car.
Yeah.
So you didn't buy this from new. So someone has
spec this,
and we've got the obviously PDK, which we've spoken about, and then you've got what I think is called the GT wheel.
Yes, which is the 360 wheel, which is smaller.
360 mil, isn't it?
360
diameter, I think.
diameter. Yeah,
that's right.
And the buttons on the wheel, rather than having with yours, you've got the
yes, so exactly that. So the
menu down
controller
there.
for. Yes, on the GTS, well, on the 981, the onboard computer controller is a lever there, and here it's effectively on the wheel there.
Yeah, and on the you've got
the
yes. So
not allowed, I think it's called. Is that the drive control? We can't call it Manantino because it's probably Ferrari get
probably
twitchy,
Ferrari. Yeah, I'm not sure what you call it. There are
the mode selector.
Mode selector: normal, sport, sport plus, and individual, and then the button in the middle is full boost and everything for 20 seconds.
That's right.
which you rarely need to use, to be frank.
Yeah, okay. Yes, as you say, so we've got the same. Ah, that's right. So seat
So the
comparison.
seats,
So ostensibly, now your car, you've got the same as mine. So you've got the sort of standard seat, the electric back, manual height adjustment, manual reach, and then you've got the same basic
leather
shape,
outside,
the architecture. Then you've got
sport techs rather than race techs.
So race techs being the newer version of Alcantara. So Porsche presumably designed not to buy Alcantara, make their own. And then sport techs is more obviously a fabric, isn't it?
Yes.
Rather than the sort of the what people tend to mistakenly think is sort of the suede finish.
Yes, and you'll see most T's are specced with contrasting stitching. The contrasting stitching goes through the seat back and the seat bottom, so as a stripe. So if you've got a yellow contrasting stitching, you'll get a yellow pinstripes down there.
And that is that the interior pack?
Yes, the T interior
which
pack.
Typically, sorry, go on.
Probably cost you £2,500 or something. I think.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that meant you also got. I'm going to swing around behind you. I think that also meant you've got a coloured tacho face.
Yes,
and I think the fabric pulls would then the same whatever colour.
They would be the whatever colour. Yeah.
I've seen those, for example, in yellow. So okay.
Yeah.
It's still a really classy place to sit, though, isn't it?
It is. It is.
It's got a lovely feel. Let's just come around and get that view from the other side. And I mean, to be honest, whether you're a 981 owner or a 718 owner, and whether you've got a base car or a Spider or a GT4, this is all very familiar. This is quite nice, isn't it? You've got the leather and then the piano black trim, full leather there. We've got the Sport Chrono. So just remind me, the T from a driving package, the point of the engine. So it's the base. We'll come on to your engine in a minute. But the base engine is the 2 litre flat 4 with the turbo. Yes. Rated at 300 PS?
297, I think, possibly.
In brake horsepower.
Yeah.
And so, and that means, so from a driving point of view, we've also got, and obviously you've got the PDK, but you get PASM, the lowered 20mm sports
20mm, which you can't get on a base. It's unspeccable on a base. You can spec it on an S or a GTS. Sports Chrono, which we've briefly mentioned with the drive control, so Sports and Sports Plus. Porsche Torque Vectoring. Which is significant in that, because I've enabled the braking bit, but you've got the proper full setup with the mechanical limited slip diff, haven't you, as well? And then the active drive mounts. Active drivetrain mounts, which I know all about, because if you've watched my other video, you'll know mine aren't currently having an extended holiday. And just looking down at your buttons then. So, and then PSE. So I couldn't work out, was that an option on the T or was it standard? Which is it's standard on the T. Okay. Yeah. But on the, probably from a 2023 onwards, not available. Really? Probably EU regulations, I think, but it's not spec'd. You couldn't get it. Okay. No. Okay. So I think, and then just as I look again at the task, so the same. I haven't done my homework to know how big your rotors are, but they're going to be at or about the same size as mine. I think they are, aren't they? And with the four-pot calipers front and rear. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we know all about that. And grey, obviously, rather than red. Oh yes. Because so actually, with my car, we can kind of do a visual. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they are, and if you're sharp-eyed, you'll notice that my brakes need replacing, but we'll gloss over that for now. Yes, I mean it's basically the same caliper, isn't it? Just with a different paint job on it. Yeah. Super. Okay. And then pretty much everything else is familiar, as I say, to both the 718, which is to say the 982 and the 981. So the optional blacked out rear lights. Yeah, they're got a bit of reflection on that, but that's in colour. Yeah. So we don't have a red lens or orange lens. We've just got clear. With the colour. They are actually they're quite sharp, aren't they? The detail in here. See why these things cost so much to replace. Yes. The amount of engineering going on here. Compared to the much bigger
unit on the. So the GTS has got the smoked rear lights. Again, different. So yeah, brilliant. There we go. There's a local farmer doing a bit of farming behind us. Super. Right. I think we should.
Do you want to talk about the updates?
Yes. Just right. So we'll pause this bit and then we'll talk about what Steve has done to his car. Now we've shuffled the cars around. I'm going to get Steve to describe what he's done to his engine and his exhaust, because we haven't entirely got a normal 718T here. So Steve, one of the things we were looking forward to testing today, and we're going to head out and do this, is the changes you've made to your engine. So just describe to me what you've done.
Okay, so the engine has been remapped at Genome in Leeds.
Okay.
It's a bespoke remap. So the original BHP is 300.
Yes.
It's up to there or thereabouts 375 now.
Nice. Okay.
More importantly, the torque figure has gone up from 280 bhp to 380 bhp.
Okay, I mean that's a big old jump, isn't it?
Because it's turbocharged, that comes in at about 2,200 revs rather than a 5,000 in a normally aspirated. So makes a big difference.
Brilliant. And just reminding ourselves that fundamentally that is attainable in the T in contrast to my GTS because it's a turbo.
Sure.
So that's a software-led map change, isn't it? Did the guys at Genome give you a different air? You had a couple of air filter swap outs?
They did. There is a panel air filter in there as well.
Right.
So that was swapped out for the other one. I'm not sure how much BHP that would give you. Probably, I'm not sure whether it's the drivability, the noise, but they recommended that. That was a small add-on, yeah.
Okay. And the other thing which I'm looking forward to hearing, you've taken the silencers off, haven't you?
I have. The problem with the 718, the 982 version, is that with the turbo and the catalytic converter and the OPF filter, it makes very, very little noise. It's strangled completely. So I read on a couple of websites that people had actually put a straight through exhaust on.
Right.
So it's an axle back exhaust. You leave all the gubbins on the front. You leave the OPF filter, you leave the cat, you leave the turbo obviously.
Yes.
And you just have a straight through exhaust minus the two back boxes, the silencers.
Yes.
I thought, well, that's going to be a little bit loud, a little bit too raucous for me, but the more I researched it, the more it looked feasible. So I went to a local company. They literally took the existing exhaust off and fashioned a new exhaust out of stainless steel for me, replaced it, and obviously it doesn't now have the sports exhaust flap,
right?
Because there isn't a sports exhaust. It's a sports exhaust all the time. There's no valve, so that's redundant now.
Okay.
I should say, if anybody's doing that, they need to put a self-tapping screw into the pipe, which is the vacuum feed for that valve, or else you'll get all sorts of lights will come up.
That's the actuator, isn't it?
But as you will see from the video, the noise is absolutely acceptable. Absolutely no drone on the motorway whatsoever.
No.
Instead of using the exhaust valve, you just switch from ordinary or normal to sport mode, and you'll get the pops and bangs on sport mode, and a louder exhaust note on sport mode, and nice and quiet and normal.
And that's the throttle mapping kicking in, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Which I did notice before, I must admit, and any 982 owners will attest to this, that there isn't that much difference in the sport in the exhaust valve in normal mode.
Okay.
But there is more of a difference when you swap from normal mode to sports mode.
Yeah, fine. And I'm just pulling back here to get the tailpipes in, so no difference to your tailpipes.
Nope.
And I will drop in a static shot of the underside, because I've done stuffed the camera underneath. But I'm going to see. Actually, I just realised we can kind of see So coming down to your near side, and actually you can see that run. There it is, just there. Yeah, you can kind of see it running back, and as I say, I'll drop the still in here. And actually, as you were pulling in and we were moving the cars around, it's completely normal. So it doesn't, you haven't turned into some sort of raucous Hoonaville. Yeah, exactly. Brilliant. Right, well look, let's, thank you for describing that. Some lovely numbers to look forward to. Let's go and experience that firsthand. Fruity. Wow. Right, so we've just pulled away. I'm at the wheel of the 718T. Steve has just told me this is the first time he's been driven in his own car.
I'm not too nervous. I trust you implicitly.
So, like in the same way that you haven't driven a manual for a while, I haven't. I'm not a natural. Well, actually, my daily drive is an automatic, but
yeah,
I'm going to ease into this. And just off the bat, it's just all together. It's composed. I've got no sense of anything. Actually, I've got no real sense of anything being that different. I'm just finding my seating position. The steering wheel slightly smaller, comes down very nicely. Obviously, your wheel's leather. Mine's got the Alcantara on it. Everything else is.
I was very surprised. I didn't notice the steering wheel diameter change at all.
Yeah, I said that. Interesting, isn't it? We'll talk about this as we go, but you were also intrigued to understand how I perceive the ride.
Yeah.
Now, I should say at this point, Steve, you've just had, I mean, I say just, literally within the last couple of 100 miles, had some fresh tyres, all four tyres replaced, haven't you?
Yes.
So hopefully just sort of scrubbed in now.
Yeah.
This is what I love about the Boxsters. You can just cruise down here, it's so easy. And with the roof down, you just have a lovely sense of occasion.
Yeah.
They do flow down the road so well. So this is the first 982 718 I've driven. Actually, that's not true, because I did test drive a T when I was thinking of buying, well, when I was trying to buy my second Boxster. And I was very impressed by it.
Yeah.
And I'm very impressed by this already. Oh, that does turn in very nicely. And there we go. So that's PDK. I'm going to not go to manual just yet. I want to just understand how the car drives. It just goes around so smoothly. That's so balanced and composed. These are tiny little, barely a B road in West Essex. Steve's kindly come up to my patch. I used to live around here, so I know these roads well enough. They're in generally rubbish condition. And
well, we're lucky it stopped raining.
Yeah, we had some spots earlier. We were both thinking, there's one way to solve the droughts in this part of the country is to go and try and make a film about cars. I mean, it's just so composed, isn't it? And it's funny because it just draws you in. The way the car responds, and I guess what we're feeling is the natural balance of the mid-engined chassis and just the engineering layout, really. Do you know, I don't sense much difference in the ride, which is to say, I think it's good.
Yeah, the perception from the passenger seat is different, isn't it? Whoa.
God. Dear me, I know. I think that's the. Did that think it was? Just had a crash.
It thought there was an accident. Yeah.
This isn't meant to be. Actually, not meant to be. This isn't a video about exhaust note. But I will just say this. I think if you had never heard a 6-cylinder Porsche engine, and you got into one of the 718 engine cars with the 4 cylinders. You wouldn't know what the fuss was about.
No, I think it's quite interesting.
It really is.
It's a flat 4 at the end of the day, not a straight 4.
No, exactly. Yes, I mean, that's a very good point. And actually, it's basically the 991. It's a Gen 2 991 which had the turbo, wasn't it? So is it?
So it's two-thirds of that really. So it's got the same con rods, it's got the same hardware.
Yeah. Just a couple of cylinders locked off. End of harvest, lots of straw, roof good. Down. We might get a little bit of detail. That's comedy.
Oh, I like it.
There we go. Very definitely.
That's the countryside.
I was going to say we're in the countryside. So you were saying a moment ago when we were walking around the car, by removing the silencers, you've effectively added volume to the timbre, I think that's the right word, the tone that was already there. So what we're hearing is just more of what was already there.
People have said that pre-OPF that the car sounded better, and that OPF strangles the last vestiges of any noise after you've gone through the turbocharger and the cat. Then the OPF, and then it makes very little noise at all. So I find it, and believe me, I was a little bit worried. I thought, well, what, really, just no silencers at all, and a straight through exhaust? This is going to be very antisocial. But as you can hear, it's
completely fine. It really
there is no drone on the motorway at all.
No, that's impressive.
It makes more noise, as I say, in sport mode, and the pops and bangs.
So we're just winding out slightly now, and one of the qualities of this chassis is that it just, the more momentum you put into it, the more it's. I mean, that's just a delight. The more it smooths out and the composure comes together, and as you accelerate up a road, I think the thing that I tend to notice first is the suspension tune almost sort of comes into its own. As you put maybe sort of 50, 55 miles an hour, 80k perhaps above that, it just sort of, it settles down, doesn't it? I guess the force at that point is working in your favour.
Sure. This engine revs out to 7,000. Which is a lot for a turbo engine.
7.1. I mean, that was one of the things. This is one of the things people forget about the turbo engine. Is actually, I think this is true in the 911 turbos. Porsche have done some engineering magic, because you still get the rev range.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And as we're driving now, you probably haven't gone above 3,000. I wouldn't have thought at all.
So let's just briefly talk about. Actually, I will slow down a bit here. Let's just briefly talk about the sensation of turbo lag. I haven't had any. Extra power. So the things I haven't experienced, as we've been chatting for the first 5 minutes of this video, I haven't experienced turbo lag, extra power, or extra torque. But actually, having said all that, we've obviously got the PDK box, which is working well in our favour. The car is moving down the road completely effortlessly.
Yes.
And we are picking up momentum very happily. And
frighteningly quickly, really. So you've just got to keep an eye on the speedo.
I mean, my other car is a GTS, but I am thinking, we are doing 5-6 miles an hour more than I was expecting.
You're much more aware, and there's more theatre definitely in your car, because there's, I mean, when you use the paddles, it will be a little bit different.
Yes,
but yes. It's much more subdued. The speed in this, and much because it's torquier, and you're not revving the engine.
No.
It's a different sensation.
It's a really. I mean, sat here now chatting to you. It's a really. It's a rich, calm, confident sensation. Set of sensations. We've got
quite nice for touring. I mean, it's been very good to go to France in.
Yes.
We've got it's easy.
Now I'm going to do a little bit of left foot braking, which I do in my daily drive, just to get us round into these corners. Just hear the turbo spooling up. It's rather fun.
Yeah. Obviously makes a big difference in sport mode. Yeah.
Yes. Actually, we haven't even touched that yet, have we?
No.
Yeah, I mean the brakes are as reassuring as mine.
Yeah.
I think we established they were give or take the same size.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go to sport mode.
Yeah.
And let's have a little punt up here. We're in third gear. Here we go. The track's coming the other way. Yeah, I mean that's properly quick actually. I mean, the first impression there is, well, the first impression is how easy that was. The second impression is, to your earlier point, which we talked about, the lack of drama compared to a naturally aspirated engine, which in point of fact was the one that you were driving earlier, my one. And it's weird because my brain is in naturally aspirated mode, and I found I was having to brake harder at the end there than I was expecting, because I think the car had accelerated more than I was aware, because I was relying on engine and noise.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it wasn't there.
I didn't glance at the speedo, but it was probably quite brisk.
We were certainly up or around the national speed.
Yeah.
And yes, there was definitely a good firm application of the brake pedal. But then, of course, you poodle back through the village and it's super easy.
Yeah.
I think this is what I love about these cars.
A few little pops and burbles.
Yes. So we're in the sport mode.
Yeah, just in sport mode. Just gives you a few.
I didn't have a chance to glance at the tacho because there was a tractor coming the other way, which I wanted to avoid hitting. But I don't know. What do we think? 4,500 for that little burst. We'll have another go at some point. Yeah, this is just lovely, Steve. Absolutely lovely. And we haven't had to firm up the. Here we go.
No.
I have absolutely no need. That's 4.5.
That was 4.5. And
I have no need to go any higher than that.
No.
We are absolutely making progress down this road, and the Boxster is coming into its own, catching up a little something, a little Peugeot, I think. I mean, that's why these cars are so stunning, because that was brilliant.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I do sometimes wonder, and there'll probably be this might provoke a few comments. It's so easy to do that I occasionally find myself thinking it's too easy, and I'm not even sure what I mean by that. Perhaps it's just it's too accessible. It's very accessible.
It's very accessible. You certainly don't need any more power.
Gosh, no.
Certainly on British roads. For a track, you could argue you might, but you really don't need any more power.
No.
And it's just reassuringly safe. I've never been driven in this car before, and I haven't.
We haven't had you up against the. No. You haven't been trying to find the brake pedal.
I'm not hanging onto things. So,
exactly. Yeah. And actually, as we were talking about the accessibility and the ease. The other thing is we were threading our way through that little village. That it's worth reminding ourselves. And perhaps if you're a North American or New World, I know we have a couple of channel viewers in New Zealand and Australia, where generally the roads might be a little wider, but the footprint, I mean, it's talked about often in car reviews, but genuinely for us Brits on these B roads,
absolutely,
and with this we've got a big old fat lorry coming towards us now, we're not really having to worry about squeezing through.
Anything, as soon as you get into certainly McLaren territory, or any of the car shows that you go to, you see all these amazing cars and you think, I really don't think I'd like to be driving that down any of these roads at all.
No. I always fancied the idea of an Audi R8. That's a much wider car.
Yeah, much wider.
Just putting through here again. I was glancing down at the tacho, and we had about 2,000 revs on. Oh, sorry, it's coming around.
Oh,
and I just felt the car was just breathing down the road really comfortably. Partly because PDK, but partly because 2,000 RPM. We have a lot of torque going on.
Yes.
And in my car at 2,000 RPM, it's smooth, and as you were describing earlier, it'll pick up
but there was an immediacy. There is an immediacy at 2000 in this car, which you don't get in the naturally aspirated. I mean, that's not any great surprise. I'm not revealing anything that Chris Harris overlooked, for example, in his review, all back in the day. But it's definitely there.
Well, when you think this is the base engine,
it's true.
So if you, for instance, I mean, we discussed this before, but 981, what a fantastic car. I mean, I as I say, I had a 986, 987. I missed out on the 981 because of family and all that sort of thing. So I skipped a generation, but 981, absolutely lovely. I think I mentioned the reasons before I skipped to the 982, the 718. But the base car is very accessible now. You can get them for 30,000, 35,000 for the base car. Swap the exhaust over. Mine cost £500. Map it, and another eight or £900, and all of a sudden you've got this performance.
Well, I mean, seriously, this is
it's so
properly quick car.
If you know you're looking for a 981, fantastic, and you find the one you want, but don't despair. Completely if you can't find that this is almost an option now. You know, it's a different option, but it is. I think it has that they seem to be so unliked, but I think unfairly, really.
There's also, I mean, a lot of you and I are of an age where we probably grew up. Well, we did grow up on naturally aspirated cars, and then obviously now turbos. Most petrol engines are turbocharged. And there's another generation coming through with electric who are used to electric cars. And what I would say is, if you're used to a turbocharged car, this is what you'll be used to, and it's astonishingly capable. And it doesn't change the qualities of the car. I mean, it's a different experience, but it is. I mean, here we go around here. It is no less fun, and I think this is, for me, this is an emerging point of this drive. Whether you've chosen a 718T, a base 718, or my car, or a base 981,
you're going to enjoy it.
All the other bits come with it. Everything that we love.
Exactly. If you specify a T, and of course if you specify a GTS in this, which you can get for 50,000, you're then up to 420 bhp as soon as you've mapped it. Which is frankly definitely more than you need.
My point about all the other bits with it, those being the mid-engine, the narrow body, the
I see.
Everything we love about Boxster. Is you get it anyway.
You get it. And if it's a 986 or a 987 or a 981 or whatever, they're all fun. You can't really go wrong.
I'm not going to.
No, it's a bit bumpy, isn't it?
I'll double back onto the section of road I wanted to get to.
Okay.
Just because it's got a couple of longer straights on it. And I should be able to just do what you've just described. Back into normal. Everything's off. We're in normal mode on the gearbox. Sixth gear, 1800 RPM, 50 miles an hour, 48 miles an hour. All very comfortable. I mean, certainly at this speed, 50 miles an hour, I can say almost no buffeting, but we're not having to raise our voices at all, are we?
No, not at all.
No. So we're going to go left here, and I'm going to go into manual, and hopefully we will be able to just have a little run up and down this section, and then we'll turn around and head back. So just up the hill there, that's 4,000. It definitely, unsurprisingly with the torque, it just pulls up there so cleanly. Right, I'm not going to go bonkers down here, but I'm going to just try and I'm not using full throttle, which is to say the throttle is maybe a third open. So it's balancing revs with throttle. Fourth gear, 5,000, up
into fifth, dab of the brakes, balance it around, and then we're going to go down to fourth, final bend, and have a little squeeze down here. Here we go. 6,000. Yeah, that's that's quite quick.
That's quite quick, isn't it?
And now we're into seventh, and I'm letting the speed bleed off. It's so effortless, so much less drama. Still a manual, we've got a nice little corner, so sixth, fifth, brake into fourth, let it come in. I'm doing bit of left foot braking to try and trail it in. It's so nicely balanced. Squirted up to this corner, 4.5. You don't need to use the revs, do you? You really don't.
No, no.
Oh, that's really nice.
It's just
Steve.
a different experience, isn't it?
That was as dramatic as doing the same in my car, but for different reasons.
For different reasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, and your car is going around the corner so well. So back into manual, down to fourth. It's so assured, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy. 4.5. Squeeze it out to 5. Fifth gear. Yeah, lovely. I don't need to prove anything more to myself, really.
Yeah.
The PDK is so good. It really is.
It is almost bordering on the telepathic.
It changes down so quickly.
Yeah.
The needle doesn't sort of rise up; it just jumps up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm loving the left foot braking in the way it's just bleeding into these corners. When you can see through the corner and you can carry a little bit of momentum, it's an absolute delight. And now we're going to go back into normal, into drive. Squeeze the brakes so we don't antagonise the locals. And there we go. So here's a flattering comparison coming up. My good friend Matthew, who I know occasionally watches my videos, has a 992 Carrera 4S.
Yeah.
I've driven that around here. This is more PDK, your turbo tune. This is closer to that than it is to my Carrera, my GTS at the moment.
Is it?
This is so accomplished.
Yeah.
It really is. And I think what I'm getting more than I get in my car is the ability to go so flipping quickly, so easily.
Yeah.
I mean, just up this little incline here, the turbo drags you up. 5,000. PDK is so accessible. I'm not having to look down. I'm not having to worry. I've got my left foot on the brake, which I personally enjoy. We'll just dodge those pigeons. And we can make such good progress. So this reminds me more of Matthew's 992 in the experience of going down these roads, which I should add I'm familiar with, so I have that sort of point of reference, than it does mine. I mean, mine would be, the GTS would be fantastic, but this is very impressive. And I think one of the themes that's emerging in our drive and our conversations is you are not foregoing anything in terms of experience, sensation. I mean, certainly from a performance point of view, what you've done, was it Genome, the guys in Leeds?
Yeah, Genome in Leeds, yeah. And if you look them up on YouTube, Nick is the guy there.
Yeah.
But he will take he'll look at the original mapping, and he will spend a whole day or more mapping it for you.
Yeah.
And take it. I mean, this is a stage one, so
wow.
I think they're looking at, they'll look at more extensive tunes, but I mean, this is quite enough, really.
This is a 2-litre engine, and we're getting
2-litre engine,
385
is astonishing, really.
Just processing in my head a bit more, the pairing of the PDK with the torque from the turbo engine is really impressive.
Yeah.
Really impressive. Lovely little whine as you spool it up. Well, Steve, I'm, as you can probably tell, very much enjoying driving your 718T.
Good. I mean, I think I'm sort of enjoying being in the passenger seat.
I know we've had a couple of moments of making progress, which is very
we have been making progress.
Very trusting of you.
Yeah.
I think viewers, you've probably gathered by now that this is an excellent motor car, and Steve clearly enjoys owning it, and I have very much enjoyed driving it. I'm going to go back into normal everything now. I'm going to start sounding like a complete bore now, but they are such a fundamentally good package of chassis dimension, performance.
And you just need to go out and drive them hard.
Yeah.
Is what they're designed for. So
this is just, again, little incline here. This is where I think the PDK and the turbo torque is so nice, because you don't have to think about it. It just pulls you up the hill. I'm not worrying about the clutch. I'm not thinking about what gear I'm in.
No.
Round we go. Liking the steering wheel. It's not much different in dimension, is it?
It isn't, is it?
No.
It is. It's you wouldn't notice.
Not really.
I don't think. I mean, the rack is supposed to be 10% quicker as well.
Oh, is it?
Supposedly.
For the T?
Yeah.
Okay. Or just than the 981?
No, I think that from the 981 to the 982.
Okay.
I think I might be wrong.
Yeah.
On that.
I mean, regular viewers will know that I've tinkered around with my my maps, my electronic EPS, and it's horses for courses. But you know, we've just done a 35-minute drive with a couple of 2 or 3 committed corners, and the steering is.
And how are you liking the leather wheel? There's enough grip, isn't there?
It's more than enough grip, and actually, it does. Yeah, it feels very good actually. There's not a lot to complain about, is there really? There
isn't really, and as I said, I was a little bit worried about obviously with no silencers. I was a little bit worried about drone on the motorway, because if you're doing long journeys into France especially, that can be very tiring.
Yep.
None of it absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
There is noise when you want it and you need it.
Yeah.
To add a little bit of theatre. Never going to be the same. It's a different animal.
Well, I think this is part of my sort of. I mean, I'm trying to be very agnostic about the noise thing. I mean, it can't be the same, because it is. No. To your point, it's different.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You know, we shouldn't be. There's almost a sense that some people sort of are upset about the noise. Like, well, yeah, but it's a totally different.
But you get bonuses on one. You get give and take, don't you? I mean, it's a lovely little burble going through the town.
Yeah.
There's enough theatre when you are pressing on. There's so much flexibility in the engine. They're very clever. It's a 4-cylinder, 2-litre engine, giving that much performance. And I'm less worried about the tune than I was on an IMS bearing.
Actually, we've got a white van ahead of us, so he'll disappear down the road faster than we'll disappear down the road probably. We're going to avoid another hole here.
Yeah.
On our final stretch back, I'm just going to pop into sport again. I always enjoy putting sport mode on and just feeling how the engine tone, and you can almost feel it through the throttle, can't you? It just sort of
you can,
goes away from you slightly, and then you can feel it. And the other thing that's brain is now processing. I mean, I took it out to, I don't know, it felt like just under 7, maybe it was 6.5. And then I think I said a moment later, it didn't really need it.
No.
As I was driving after that, one eye on the tacho, we were making more than adequate progress with no more than I think between 4.5 and 5,000 And that's I'm sure if we looked at the power and the torque curve, because they are quite flat, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think you shared an image, a graphic
Yes.
of the. I mean, there's plenty of cheeky pop and burble. But yeah, I mean, you don't really feel you need to go much higher than that to get the car to go down the road. So nicely balanced on these little 90-degree field corners. Do one last little blast, then we'll go and get a refreshment and just. So second gear. Here we go. It's just. So that's 4,500. Might just take it. I mean, it's 5,000. I mean, we're already very happily up to speed, and I'm mindful we're about to turn the engine off, so I'm going to just chock it all down, get some oil around that turbo, and I keep looking at I was going to say, so I keep looking at your computer, and on mine the top value in the main vehicle display is the coolant temperature.
Oh.
And I keep looking at yours and going, oh my god, I've broken it, because it's zero. It's zero PSI.
Mine is the boost.
It's the turbo boost, isn't it? Which I haven't really been looking at.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's. Right, we will rejoin you in a short while, viewers, and we can reflect on what it means to have a 718T, what it means to be able to modify the exhaust, and why adding. I mean, you basically added another 100 horsepower.
Yeah.
And 100 foot-pounds of torque.
Pounds of torque, yeah.
Makes the car really quite nice.
So there are a lot of compromises, and I don't think there are that many compromises on the Boxster.
I mean, it's almost a cliche to say it's narrow, good storage, roof is good. You're right, you don't really have to compromise.
No.
I think this is sort of to the theme of, part of the theme of this video is actually, cutting to the chase, folks. There is no real compromise in having the 718 2-litre flat 4. It's a stonking engine, very tunable, as we've discovered, and the tune you put on yours makes it. And I genuinely wasn't expecting to compare it to my friend's 992, but the experience was like, hang on, this is familiar. Oh yes,
Which is incredible, isn't it?
Turbocharged 992. It was going down familiar roads. So no compromise. Different, we know different, but really astonishingly accomplished and not lacking anything. And just remind me, I think you quoted the figure earlier, the stock the 2.5S and the 2.5 GTS, which is what petrol ped ran.
Yeah.
Can you remember the horsepowers for those?
Yeah, the S is 350.
Right.
And the GTS is 365, I think. Might be 360.
Typically sort of 15, 20 more, isn't it?
So again, if you want to remap that, rather than mine being remapped to 375, you can remap those easily to 420. With it literally is a less than a day's work and 800, 900 quid or whatever.
It's astonishingly good
and
performance boost for money, isn't it?
Yeah, for money, exactly.
Porsche are very good at making these incremental changes, and in a sense they do that with your car, my car, which take a stock, the standard car, and turn it into a T or GTS, not by welding in more stiffness to chassis or doing anything dramatic to it, just by varying combinations of parts they've already got, possibly with a bit of tune, but we don't really, when you read all the press releases and the launch reviews, you don't read about Andreas Preuninger going away and doing some massive tune on the T. They just put a few different bits on it, made sure it all works, and then we get this different car.
Yes, but it's remarkable how, apart from the engine, how similar they are. Because
right.
I look through the spec. I've got that over a 981, and I've got that, and I've got faster steering, and I've got that, and I've got that, and I've got that, and I've got that. And really, as far as the road use is concerned, there ain't a huge difference.
Really.
It's certainly not certainly, I mean, we're back to backing these as well.
Yes, we have done that today.
It's not as though, you drove one a year ago, I'm wondering whether it's similar or not.
Yeah.
We're back to backing them, and there's not a lot of difference.
No.
Yeah, the engine, huge difference, but everything else, not a lot. Probably, as you say, incremental differences. Be interesting to see what the track times were. Might be quicker, might not.
Yeah.
You'd imagine it should be quicker because it's a later car, suspension tweaks and all that sort of thing. But really for everyday use.
Yeah, and I think for me that's the key with the Boxster. We haven't spoken about the Cayman T or the Cayman particularly today, but regular viewers will know that they are one and the same, give or take. I think more people probably will track a Cayman, so maybe those incremental differences as they relate to performance on track will be more meaningful. But for everyday use, which is what we evidently do with our Boxsters, it doesn't really count for much. There's a little bit of a sort of a corner of the internet where we're being photobombed by the ride on Mur.
Oh yeah.
There's a little corner of the internet which will worry about or convince you that we shouldn't buy a 981 because PCM3 is rubbish and you must get PCM4, or you have to have dual zone climate, or it's essential to have Bose, or Bose is rubbish. It's like, well, you don't really need to be worrying about that stuff. And genuinely, okay, dual zone would be nice, and I'd quite like to have the mechanical limited slip diff in my car, which your car's got. But really, I mean, I've just described to you off camera how I sort of accidentally bought that car.
Yes.
Not based on spec.
No.
Just based on being an awesome convertible with a combination of gearbox and drivetrain that I fancied. So every day, which I think probably, I'm going to lead us to a wrap up now, brings us to a neat conclusion which you'd have spotted running through this film, which is they are both, the T, definitely overlooked, definitely underestimated and underrated, very easy to improve performance and engine tone, and Steve's done that with his car, and you heard me comparing it to a 992 unexpectedly but sincerely. So highly capable car, as much fun to drive as any naturally aspirated car. We both really enjoy the fundamental qualities of the Boxsters. Anything else to add?
Not really. No. Just if you haven't got one, go out and get one.
And if you have got one, go out and drive it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's really important, isn't it? Really important.
Yeah. So 718T, fantastic car. Steve, thank you so much for letting me drive it.
A pleasure.
Folks,
thank you for driving it.
I hope you've enjoyed this little look into what is definitely an overlooked and underrated car. As always, thank you for coming along with us, and see you for the next one.